Here's something that perfectly captures the ruthless business side of professional basketball. A promising young player gets his NBA dream contract one day, only to have it ripped away less than 24 hours later. That's exactly what happened to David Muoka with the Brooklyn Nets. And honestly, it's both heartbreaking and brilliant at the same time. But here's where it gets controversial. This wasn't a mistake or a change of heart. This was calculated, strategic roster manipulation that shows just how little sentiment matters when millions of dollars and championship aspirations are on the line. The Brooklyn organization made the decision to release Muoka on Tuesday afternoon, barely giving the ink time to dry on his freshly signed standard contract. Why the lightning-fast turnaround? They desperately needed to clear roster space to finalize their acquisition of guard Kobe Bufkin from the Atlanta Hawks.
And this is the part most people miss. Muoka's swift departure might actually be the best thing that could happen to his career. According to insider sources speaking with the Post, the young big man is expected to rejoin the Long Island Nets, Brooklyn's G League affiliate, where he's already established himself. It's not exactly the NBA spotlight he was hoping for, but it keeps his professional basketball dreams alive and his development on track. Here's where the Nets front office showed their chess-playing prowess. They deliberately structured Muoka's original contract to make this exact scenario possible. Think about that level of strategic thinking. They signed him knowing they might need to cut him, but they did it in a way that wouldn't completely derail his career prospects. Let's break down the numbers game that drives these seemingly heartless decisions, because understanding the business side helps explain why teams make moves that seem brutal on the surface.
Every NBA franchise must trim their roster down to exactly 15 standard contracts, plus 3 two-way deals, before the season officially begins. Right now, Brooklyn finds themselves in a crowded situation with 15 guaranteed contracts, 4 additional non-guaranteed deals, and 2 two-way agreements already on the books. But wait, it gets even more complicated. Reports suggest they're also planning to add Fanbo Zing and Ricky Council IV to the mix, which means even more difficult roster decisions are coming. The salary cap mathematics add another layer of complexity that casual fans rarely consider. Brooklyn isn't just managing roster spots, they're playing a high-stakes financial balancing act to maximize their available cap space while meeting the league's mandatory salary floor requirements. Sean Marks, Brooklyn's general manager, has been absolutely ruthless in leveraging the team's league-leading cap space.
He's already completed 4 separate salary dump transactions, acquiring Michael Porter Jr., Haywood Highsmith, Terrence Mann, and now Bufkin. The first 3 deals brought back valuable future draft assets, while the Bufkin acquisition represents something different, a calculated gamble on a devalued young prospect. Buffin's story is particularly interesting, and here's where opinions might get heated. Is he a hidden gem that Atlanta foolishly discarded? Or a cautionary tale about overhyped draft picks? The 21-year-old was selected 15th overall in the 2023 draft, but Atlanta apparently couldn't wait to get rid of him to clear both roster space and salary cap room. That should make you wonder, what did they see that made them so eager to move on from a recent first-round investment? Brooklyn is betting they can unlock whatever potential Atlanta couldn't develop. Bufkin will earn $4.5 million this season, and the Nets hold a team option for the 2026-2027 season that they must decide on by October 31st. It's essentially a low-risk, high-reward experiment that helps them inch closer to the required $139.2 million salary floor. Currently, Brooklyn maintains $11.5 million in remaining cap space, though they could potentially expand that figure to $20.15 million by releasing all their non-guaranteed players. However, cap analyst Yossi Gozlan suggests Marks might still be hunting for one more salary dump, likely targeting a minimum salary player to help reach that salary floor threshold. Now here's the fascinating part about Muoka's contract structure that shows just how sophisticated NBA front offices have become. Instead of offering him a typical Exhibit 10 contract, which is essentially a glorified training camp invitation, Brooklyn signed him to a non-guaranteed 1-year deal worth the rookie minimum, with an $85,300 partial guarantee. This might sound like legal jargon, but is actually quite brilliant. That specific guarantee amount represents the maximum Brooklyn could offer, while preserving both his two-way eligibility with the parent club and his ability to play for Long Island in the G League. It's like giving someone a safety net while keeping all future options open. Muoka isn't exactly an unknown commodity in the Long Island system. During the 2023-24 season, he appeared in 38 games for the G League affiliate, posting respectable numbers: 4.6 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks across 14.7 minutes per game. He also participated in the Las Vegas Summer League with Brooklyn last year, giving the organization additional evaluation time. The Nets currently have 2 of their 3 allowed two-way contracts filled by Tyson Etienne and E.J. Liddell, leaving 1 spot available. That final roster spot could potentially go to Zhang, who is reportedly already in New York. But here's the controversial question that basketball purists need to wrestle with. Is this kind of roster manipulation good for the sport? Or does it treat players like expendable commodities in a way that damages the integrity of professional basketball? On one hand, you could argue that teams should have maximum flexibility to build competitive rosters and manage their resources efficiently. These are multi-million-dollar businesses after all, and ownership groups deserve the right to make strategic decisions that give them the best chance to succeed. On the other hand, doesn't this system create an environment where young players become pawns in a financial chess game, their dreams and careers subject to the whims of spreadsheet calculations and salary cap maneuvering? What's your take on this situation? Do you think the Nets handled this professionally, giving Muoka the best possible outcome under difficult circumstances? Or does this represent everything wrong with modern professional sports, where business considerations consistently trump human elements? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Are you team business is business? Or do you think there should be more protection for players caught in these roster crunches?